Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Going into the conclusion of today's harrowing gamble adventure of Nebula Jazz. So, we have I think we see this is great. This is a good intro. So we see the game being set up, right? Everybody is being introduced, walking up their respective ramp, sitting down around this circular table surrounding the Slovak 0 Kelvin field where the game is actually played. And so as everybody sits down and gets ready to play, we realize that we're actually looking at a hologram, and the viewpoint that we're from is down in the pit in the regular area. So from here, we cut back to the Tiddlywinks table, and I guess the only one still there is Rex. And Rex, are you still playing now that Basil is gone? Are you looking for an excuse to get yourself out of there, or what are you doing?
I think Rex is kind of using the table as like his position. He's getting free drinks at the table. The ladies are like good cover. He started like winning a bit of money for them, but his focus is like occasionally like laughing with them, but his focus is completely on like the projector and the game that's about to start, with Basil sitting down at the table just being announced. All that kind of stuff.
So you hear a voice. You're a gruff voice from the table. You're the dealer. Say, hey. Because the game is like cleaned up, right? Someone has come to take the body away, and he's like wiping the table and getting the winks all set up for the next group of tiddlers.
Yeah. Right. He's like leaning back in his chair. He's like, "Yeah, what's up?"
And the dealer squints at you, leans in, gives you a long look, and says, "Do I know you from somewhere, Sharkman?"
That's funny. I was about to ask you the same thing. Huh. You got one of those faces.
And he nods and he says, "Yes, I've been told that." And then something happens as a sound as the game begins to get announced, and he says, "I'm done dealing for the night. Do you want to watch the game?" And he like gestures with his head.
Oh, the game?
He nods. He says, "I can get us both up there. Let me buy you a drink."
Hey, wouldn't say no to that.
And
sure.
And so he grins at you and he says, "Come with me." And the two of you start walking off towards like a service
Rex kind of gets
elevator,
up,
like
a
a dealer's elevator.
It's been a pleasure, and as promised, have a wonderful night. And he gives them all the winnings.
Right, and so they're all like, "Ooh, what a nice Sharkanoid!" And they're all very like excited that they got to hang out with such a handsome man. And Raul leads you off to the to the side to another another exit where he can kind of get into the area from the back.
Cool.
Cool. So while that's happening, Luna, what are you up to?
I'm sneaking up.
Okay. How are you gonna do that?
I'm not sneaking up. I'm gonna take the elevator up, hopefully, without
like the main elevator.
Yes.
Okay, all right. I didn't say like a trap.
Okay.
The main elevator. Just say yes and I'll get you. No. So yeah, I mean you have security credentials, but if you just walk up to where the guards are and are just like, I have credentials, I'm gonna press the button, they'll probably be like, "Hey, where'd you get those?" But it does give you access to the back alleys or the back hallways and like other parts of the.
This is how I'm gonna start everything. I'm gonna tell you my goal. My goal is to get up there and find someone I know, aka one of my teammates.
Okay.
So, to be like, I'm meeting someone up there. They gave me this because I heard that they're up there and I need to meet them.
Sure. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You want to be where the action is. So, how do you intend to get that to accomplish that goal?
Well, I'm going to act sober again and hope I don't fail all of my rolls. And
yes, that's a good approach for you, the player. Yep.
I'm just gonna walk up and be like, "Hey, I heard that there's something going on upstairs, and I'm meeting someone upstairs, and I have to get up there, and I got given this, so I get up there faster." So, I'm lying, okay? I'm trying to be clever about it, but you're probably
Okay,
gonna
so you,
say
you want to walk up and just like bullshit a story into like
Yeah.
letting you the elevator. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So you walk up. There are two security guards who are standing by the curved surface of this big glass elevator that heads upstairs.
Okay.
And yeah. So you walk up. Do you start talking when you approach, or you wait for them to be like, "Yo,
I
back
wait
off"?
for them. I try to act completely normal, like oh, they said to come over here and swipe this, and I can get up there quicker. So I just don't say anything. I just do it. I know what I'm doing.
Sure. So you just walk up.
Yeah.
They hit the
I think-
Eugene approach.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a slim chance that this could work, right? That you're just like coming up with confidence, and you're just like, boop, let's do it. So let's go with forceful, because you're just trying to like
No,
push through.
I just try to be. Fuck.
I mean, yeah, like your character is good at being clever, but you're like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna walk right up.
What I'm trying to say is your character's gonna be clever, but this ain't clever.
This is not particularly clever. This is definitely
Not
forceful.
clever though. Like usually, I mean, I feel like if you just they told me to do this, that's what I'm doing. I'm following orders of how to get to this these people that I'm looking for. They said to go up to the high stakes games.
Yeah, but you said you're gonna wait to say that until someone stops you. You're just trying to like walk up and head in, right?
So it's more clever to tell people that I'm there already.
Making up a clever lie is clever, and just brashly walking up with force of personality is forceful.
Oh, I'm on to you. I'll do this later. Well, I'm assuming it's too late to go back, so I guess I'll roll forceful.
Yeah. Roll forceful. I will oppose you. That's not bad.
No.
It's not bad given how terrible your roll is. Let's see. All right, we're tied. Now, if you want to, you can use those security credentials, and you can do it.
I'm
Want to do
gonna
that?
use
Nice. Okay. All right. So you walk up, and there's a moment where they're like, "Should we?" And then they're like, you have the card. You just boop, and they just kind of watch you go by. Door opens up. You step into the elevator.
Yeah.
So while you're on your way up to the main event, Artemis, where are you? What are you doing?
The area that I've been kind of like hanging out near, because there's the elevator, but
Mhm.
then there's also like kind of a side stairwell with a guard that hangs out there, but he's not particularly. I want to say he's not super vigilant. A lot of people don't come over on this side.
Okay.
So I want to say that during one of the many distracting things that happened since I've been over here, that I kind of video game style wait until his full attention is away and then slip in there and go up the stairs.
You watch the little cone of his vision.
I
move
watch
back
the
and
cone of
forth.
his vision go this way, and then I'm like, now.
Yeah, totally. Okay. So yeah, let's see if you can do that. You're just trying to sneak past him. This is your jam. You're good at this stuff. I will roll. This is just a regular floor guard. They're not very good at anything.
Can I roll quick on this, or should
Yeah,
I roll sneaky?
Totally, because it's about you said it was about timing, right? So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whoa!
Oh, buddy, you step in a bear trap.
I'll reroll.
Weirdly.
I'll reroll.
Okay, what are you gonna
I'll-
use to reroll?
I'll spend a fate point and reroll. Golden Shadow.
Mhm.
I should be good at this.
Shit, that's your
If I
thing.
just take a
Best
second.
stat. That is the worst you could possibly do on that stat.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
The flat line of minuses.
There we go. Much better.
Better. There you go. All right. So yeah, I think I just want to double check because you beat it with with style. So let's see, an overcome with style, accomplish your goal and generate a boost. What would you like your boost to be called? Sneaky
Oh.
pants?
I want my boost to be something having to do with the guards in general and like kind of understanding how they work.
They're all dumber than you because you're like good at this, or because you're a Mingasi and they're like just lesser creatures. Like what is it?
No,
that gives-
I wasn't bred with that sort of
Yeah,
I didn't
right?
grow up with that kind of concept. It's more just like I'm good at observing people. So I've kind of like I've sort of picked up the vibe that for the most part these guards are just kind of like, there's a bunch of us. Like I don't have to be super vigilant because there's like fucking 20 people who are all guards on this floor, right? Like none of them are completely focused.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. So you're like security minded. You understand how this kind of guard works because you. I mean, you were a
Somebody said
merchant,
predictable patrollers. I like that.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. Okay. Cool. So you understand like where they're going to be and when they're going to be. That. Okay. Cool. I like it. Okay. So you you slip past them and into the back hallways, and then now you have to use the stairs. So we see you like climbing up. Are you still wearing your like pretend Shadow Man suit? Okay.
Yeah, because I eventually have to be around people again.
Yeah, you're like the black Lego spaceman clambering up these back stairs, and heading up to the main floor. So on the main floor, there's the big column of glowing light. Everybody sits down, and the game begins. And so the only thing we really know about Slowbuck is that it takes forever, and that the slowest player wins. So Basil, you sit down with Cherry, Nance, and Pete, and begin to play. Now, this part of the plan is about what exactly? What's the deal here?
Well, I wait for them all to go, and then I proceed to just stare at the board.
Mm-hmm.
And continue staring.
Sure. Yeah. So what the idea here was to convince them to do one of them to do a side bet and then win their ship. Is that this was Rex's plan? So
yeah.
Okay.
We want Basil to hustle, basically.
To raise them so high that the pink slip ends up on the table.
Yeah. So all right. So what Basil does is from the get-go he goes all in, and then puts the keys to their cow ship on the table as well, and he just looks at everyone else and he's like, "I'm all in."
I think that Cherry Poutine, as a professional this is her life, Slowback, and she cares about not just the game itself, but like the lineage of the game. It's a cultural phenomenon. She gets annoyed, like angry about this, and she stands up and she looks into the darkness, because you're all in the light. She looks into the darkness at like her manager, and she's like, "I thought this was a real game. This is bullshit." And she just like throws her hands up and like walks away. She walks away from the table because like this is not how this is supposed to work. And Pete and Nance look at each other. They kind of, because they know each other. They're all part of the same slow box circles. And they kind of eyeball each other to see like, are you gonna do it? I'll do it if you do it. Like, see if they're brave enough. So let's have you make a roll to convince them, and then we'll have a roll to see if you can beat them. So the one with the good ship, like Pete has the best. He has the best ship, right? It's like this well-armed kind of warlord cruiser. Nance has a nice ship too, but it's more a sports car, whereas his is like a Hummer, right? An APC almost. So let's see if you can convince them to play. It may end up just being you and one of them.
Okay.
So I think you're being forceful or flashy, either one.
I think it's flashy because I went all in, right?
Yeah. And I'll roll for them. I'll roll careful for them, and they're gamblers, so neither of them are particularly careful. So this is going to be Pete's roll, and then this will be Nance's roll. All right, so they got the same roll.
Wow, what are the odds?
So it's a tie across the board. So if you want them to play, because a tie is going to be you don't get it on a tie. You need to beat.
I
them
want to
on this
use
one.
the high roller dossier to understand
Yeah.
that these two definitely would be all in because they're like they can't resist the challenge.
So what do you say to each of them to goad them into like staying and anteing up?
I look at Cherry who leaves, and then
Yeah.
look at the other two, and I'm like, weird. I thought you were professionals, and here, I don't know what I'm doing, and I just like look at them and I'm like, are you going to quit too?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So is this targeting both of them? Like, oh, you're just chickens
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
you're doing the Marty McFly approach.
Mhm.
Okay. So it's not so much that they care about what you think, but neither of them are willing to back out based on each other's opinion.
Right.
Obviously, right? Like neither of them want the other to think they're a coward. And so Pete sneers and he says, I don't know what your hustle is, robot, but I'm no coward. And he reaches into his pocket. He throws a set of keys on the table, and they've got one of those like the little like floaty things you put on a boat with like a sexy rock lady stamped on the side. He throws those in, and Nance is like, I got like 3 of these, and like throws some keys in the middle, and then she turns to you and she says, we're all in, Sexbot. Let's see what you got. And then the match begins. And there's a bunch of like complicated looking card manipulating and the energy field changing colors, and there's like bells that ring occasionally as the game plays on. And like it's obvious that whoever wrote this episode does not have a mind for like actually designing the game. They're like, I don't know, it's a game. Like play some cards, and then the table flips over, and it's fun and cool to watch. It's like 3D chess.
The rules are never touched on. It's just like eyes looking at each other and then like hands sliding in, but they never explain what the game is at all.
Lots of like, shots
like,
of people's faces.
And like looking under cards and like
yeah, picking up cards.
The writers of the episode understand the theatrical beats of a card game, but not the actual rules of this game they're making up as we're seeing it. So they're like, yeah, they're just doing a lot of shots of people like staring and sweat drops coming down people's face. Yeah, I like it. Cool. Okay. So while you're getting into the game, we'll get you to roll in a second. Rex, you follow, or I guess you're walking ahead. The Raul, the dealer, like opens a door and gestures inside for you to go into this back hallway to head up to the upstairs.
Okay.
And he says, he's like, are you sure you've never been here before? I'm certain I recognize you from somewhere.
Right, no.
Okay, right. So the
Maybe
two
I've
of you,
got one of those faces.
the two of you are climbing up the stairs, and I think this is where we get the sort of diagonal split screen of you guys going up the stairs, and then on the other side of the casino, we have Artemis climbing up as well. And so you're walking down this hallway, and you can hear in the distance, you know that you're on the same floor, you can hear the game happening and people like gasping and cheering and kind of like the slow back game happening. And then you come to a door, and Raul from behind you, he says they're not great seats, but we'll be able to see the game. And it's just through that door.
Rex's face. Can I roll to see if I can? I know what the fuck's going on right now.
Yeah, you can take a minute and be like, hey, wait a second, what's going on?
I'm a sharkanoid. All right, the electrodes are in the air, and this guy's got killing intent. He's not here to have a drink.
Make a careful roll.
All right.
And I'll say, we'll say difficulty 2. Nice. Okay. Yeah, you get the suspicion. You're like, wait a second, something's up as you like reach for the door. What do you do?
I don't like say anything, but you see Rex's face is like he had a smile, and all you see is he's like grabbing the handle, and he's just like super straight face, just like poker face, like game time.
So when you open the door, do you like turn to look at him or?
No, he's just like Rex is like, all right, thanks, bud, and then you see his face just go like, and he just like grabs the handle and turns it slowly, and you like. Rex kind of knows he's in the shit.
So what we see is because you're in not the dark, but it's shadowy back here, right? It's just like standard light. But you open the door, and suddenly there's the sound of the event, the cheering, and whatever the ringside kind of noise, and the bright light. And as you open the door, the line of the light falls across your face so that it just covers you from the nose down, so it looks like a mask. And then we see Raul, and we see him looking at you, and you see him realize like, and his eyes kind of go wide. As he realizes who you are and where he knows you from, and I think that's when he like springs his attack. So he's gonna try to like knock you out basically.
All right.
He has a stun gun or something that he pulls out to shoot at you. He gasps and then pulls his gun to shoot you. What are you doing? You see him like you hear him go, and then you start to turn. And what are you gonna do?
Throw my hands up, I guess. Like.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Like Rex doesn't want to brawl in this situation. Like that's gonna ruin the whole plan. He doesn't want to cause a scene, because like people are gonna hear the gunshot. So I think the first thing he does is like, easy, bud, easy. He like kind of throws his hands up.
Okay. So I think he just shoots you. But it's not like a killing you pistol. It's like a stun,
like a tasing you pistol.
Would people hear that?
I don't think so, because it's so noisy, right? So it's just like there's a pop, and then he hits you with the stun blast. I think you get knocked out if you don't put up like an effort to fight. And so we see Rex get hit with the thing and tumble to the ground. And we see Raul crouch down and grab your ankle and drag you back across the metal catwalk into the dark, and then the door clicks shut behind you as we see Rex getting dragged.
I'm fine with it. Let's do it.
All right. So meanwhile, at the table with the glowing energy field, your friends swiftly approaching. I guess Luna, you come in to into the arena, right? The upper disc of the situation, and you see all the people gathered. No one's really paying attention to you. The wait staff is moving around getting people drinks, but everybody is watching this intense, unorthodox slowback game. What do you want to do?
I mean, I kind of like. I want to spot Basil, but I just don't want to interrupt. You know. I don't know.
What did you do with all those things you pricked?
I failed every roll.
But like, okay.
Like, did I succeed at anything tonight? Laying eggs is what I've succeeded at today. So,
simulate laying eggs at least. Yeah.
So, my night has. Can we just chalk it up to let's not talk about it? And now I'm up here and I see Basil and I go, hey, at least there's someone here, you know. I don't even know what to do anymore. I'm afraid to roll because I'll fail. So I don't want to interrupt yet. Is there an aspect I can discover about either security or someone at the table? And I don't know
sure. Yeah. I mean, you tell me who you want to discover an aspect about, and then you can.
The lady that's really good. Lady. I say lady as in like Monsters Inc. version of lady.
Right. Nance.
Nance Fuqua.
Nance Fuqua.
Ape with bat wings.
Yeah. She's a bat ape from Nebulon 4. I don't know. Like, it's fine.
I totally did that already, you know, and I was like, oh man, if I could just discover like something about her, because I totally know that.
Okay. Sure.
No, I want to sit back and observe the table. I want to observe the table. I want to observe the players, and I want to discover an aspect about what's going on right now that maybe could come in handy in the future, either for a getaway, not necessarily for Basil, but for us.
So what would you like to discover? Do you want to create an aspect, or you want to discover it about one of the players? You got to pick a specific thing to
create an aspect.
Okay, you want to create one on the scene? Okay, so what is
Like, is there something about the?
Well, you basically you get to you can create the aspect, and the aspect could be like
Sorry, I feel like a noob already, and I've been playing this, so.
It's okay. So it can be your aspect, the aspect that you're creating. There's two options, right? You can discover an aspect that already exists but is hidden from you. In which case, I would tell you something about like the venue that you might be able to take advantage of, or you could discover an aspect of one of them, or you can create an aspect, but your character narratively has to do it. So, for example, like lighting a building on fire makes it on fire, but if you want there to be an aspect to describe your character, lighting it on fire, then you take that action. So what would you like to do?
I would like to discover something about the room we're in that maybe isn't the most obvious, like a secret door or a way to escape that isn't a main elevator or something.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So you I think careful or clever, either one is fine. And we'll say difficulty 3.
Oh, thank God.
Nice, you did it. Okay.
Hell yeah.
So let's say. Oh, I know what it is. So this whole upper part of the casino, I think maybe it looks familiar to you when you first come in, right? You step out of the elevator and you look around and you're like, wait a second, like this something about the architecture looks familiar, or something seems like familiar to you.
Yeah.
And as you like look around a little more, you realize the field, the slowback field, is actually being generated by an engine, and that the top part of the station is a ship that has been attached to the top of the station and become a permanent part of it. And they're using the engine to generate this anti-grav field, but it's an anti-gravity engine, right? The whole thing is in and of itself a ship. And if you could get access to the controls of it, you could probably reverse the flux combabulator and like break this thing off of the spaceship and then fucking fly it away. It's like a big old UFO. So
Then I since I don't have a cell phone, dear Rex, I am in the ship right now, and I give it to my owl.
Yeah. Your space owl.
It's all metal and looks awesome.
Yeah. It's the coolest space science owl I've ever seen.
so there you go. So you realize the casino is a ship.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right. So that's the thing you realize that could potentially offer you a solution later. Artemis, while that's happening, you step out of the shadows, or where do you go? You get up onto the floor. You enter this place.
I want to essentially, after looking around to see who all is up here so far, I want to basically make an aspect that's like plan B, like the equivalent of hitting the fire alarm, where if shit starts to get ugly, I can just create an evacuation situation, or like something that's going to cause enough mayhem that we can slip out.
I think Luna already has the evacuation situation under control from earlier. So
Just lay eggs everywhere.
Yeah. So what do you want? What do you want this again? Same thing. Do you want to create an aspect?
Yes.
In which case, tell me what is your plan? You can't just say I have a plan. You tell me what it is, and we'll make an aspect for it.
I want to kind of casually just walk around and observe like how the room is built and what sort of like machinery is in there. I guess kind of what Luna already did.
Well, you
right?
can just boost hers, right? So you can come to the same revelation, and we'll put another boost on that one. That's totally a thing you can do.
Sure,
Okay.
why not? I don't think we've done that before. Let's do it. Let's learn more about this game.
A boost?
Yeah. So
I'll
the way it
boost
is
the boost.
yeah, you're boosting this aspect already. You're giving yourselves you're buying into another opportunity to use it. So you are also going to realize, oh wait, we could just fly the casino away, or this top part of the casino. All right. So I think you're being careful, right? Because you said you're like walking around slowly and like trying to stay hidden.
Try not to. Yeah, I want to be in a situation where if like we suddenly need to get out of there, I can
Okay.
cause a scene or whatever.
Spend the or roll roll difficulty 3 for careful.
I got a 1.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
So you fail. If you fail at creating an advantage, there is no no benefit for you. And
Is there a consequence?
I'm just double checking. Let's see.
You get to make some shit.
Either you don't boost it, or oh, I see. Yeah. So if you fail, it's already there. So I would get a boost on it if you fail. So I can use one too, which is a thing. Or you can spend your point to keep me from getting one, but then that puts you at no fate points.
Right.
But you also have predictable patrols and shadowy man from a shadowy planet.
Yeah, I think I'll use it to keep you from having a.
Okay. Okay, which one do you want to use?
Oh, that's right. I need to use an aspect.
Yeah. So either you spend your fate point and you use one of your aspects, or yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm utilizing Hopeful Mangasi Urchin because at the end of the day, like deep down, I just like to have an exit strategy. Like,
okay.
I just, yes, we have the mission, but I also just want to have a way to make sure that we can all get out of there.
Okay. So you're gonna use your last fate point for that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the casino as a ship now has 2 uses boosted onto it, and Basil, it's time to see if you can win this. See if you can win this game.
Sure, of course.
So I'm gonna roll for the other players.
Okay.
Tell me how you're playing. And
I am studying everyone and trying to learn their tells and trying to figure out how best to beat them. And I am kind of like trying to play the two of them against each other in the game rather than trying to beat them.
Right, yeah. So just playing the game would be clever, but because you're trying to leverage them against each other, would be careful. You're being clever. You're trying to leverage them against each other. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Insidious warbot. Okay. You did not do very well. That's okay.
No, they're hard to read. One's an ape and one is a rock man. It's difficult.
All right. So you have to beat both of them. One of them got a 4. Our rock man friend got a 4. And you tie with Nance.
All right. Well, rockmen are notoriously hard to read.
That's true.
I want to use. Is there anything I can use? I would like to use. Man.
So you've got your 1 fate point, and if you can use one of your aspects, you'll be able to re-roll, which is basically your best hope, I think.
Yeah, let's do just a gigolo. I mean, I know how to read people.
You know how to be emotionally manipulative.
Yeah, that's what I do. I make people fall in love with me, so I know how to do that.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You can certainly play them against one another. That's a thing.
Please work.
Okay. Good luck.
That's
no.
one more.
It's one more. All right. So you've beaten you beat Nance, but when the day is done, your bravado and your gigolo skills just can't overcome the skill of Ponger's Pete, professional Slowbuck player. And and his last card drifts painfully slowly through the field, and then it turns green, and then some other noises happen, and then there's cheering, and you realize that you've lost, and Pete stands up and he looks at you and he grins and he's like, better stick to what you know, sexbot, and he like slaps you hard on the shoulder and reaches down to take his earnings, right, to pick up your keys from the table.
I stand up and say, "You're absolutely right," and pull a disruptor blaster from my torso
Yeah.
and fire it at him.
I was waiting to see if that would happen. All right. So Luna and Artemis, you see from where you are, we cut to the two of you as the game ends, and you realize that Basil has lost. What do the two of you do as they like stand up? You can see this is all happening in slow motion. What are you gonna do? You have a moment before Basil like blasts this dude. Not to say you should stop him, but like you're far enough away to see that
It's a disruptor pistol. I'm gonna vaporize his
yeah,
ass.
shit's gonna get real fast.
Yeah.
I try to find Rex and tell him about the ship. Is he up here? He's not up
No,
here.
Rex is nowhere to be found.
Fucking Rex! Why? Okay. I try to find Artemis and I let her know about the ship that we're on currently, right now. That's in like right now.
Like the casino ship.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I also figured out about the shit. Oh, he's shooting a guy.
Right. So you're like, hey, it's a shit, and then yeah,
And Ash is like, oh, he should. Oh no. We need to worry about this. We need to get Rex, and we need to take off. We need. You know what? We need to go. Even with everybody here, we need to go.
the two of you have met in the back of the crowd, and then there's shots fired, right? So like they're screaming, and Basil disintegrates a dude in this casino, and he just puts his hands up like, wait a second, we can. And you turn him into rock dust. It's like the effects team just throws a bag of gravel on the floor and shoots it close up. And he shatters and disappears all over the floor. There's chaos. Artemis and Luna, what do you do?
I activate my stunt.
Which is?
Because I already had one, I have the remnants to make another, the chemicals to make another, and I want to make another smoke bomb, or not smoke bomb, sleep bomb. For the room.
Okay. So you wanna make a. So what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to sleep bomb the room.
It's a pretty big room. You want to knock out everybody in it?
I want to knock out as many fucking people as I can in this room right now. You know what? I'm a crazy woman who laid eggs tonight. I'm gonna take as many people with me as I can.
I think it's just canon now that like Chesarians lay eggs. Like it's just a thing. Just that's true now. And then after they lay eggs, they go into like a weird reverse Ponfar thing where they get all bananas. That's fine. Just blame it on you're going through your it's egg time.
I'm a crazy scientist, you know. We gotta lay eggs. That's how we study eggs.
We gotta lay eggs.
Scientists are known for laying.
Gotta lay eggs.
I see the chaos break out, and I'm like, I reach into my pouch, and I'm like, I reach for the sleep gas, and I'm like, oh come on, and that's when I activate my stunt, and I pull out 3 vials, and I start and I walk over to the bar, and I start like mixing them in a glass, right?
Okay, well, so you don't have a lot of time to like wander around.
No,
Also, people are panicking and losing their mind. Like, no one's gonna stop for a drink.
I'm gonna panic because you shot.
Not you. Not
Everybody
you.
else.
Everyone else is going crazy. You can't poison them if they're running around. No one's gonna drink.
You
Throw
can't-
those bottles into the crowd.
No,
Do what you were born to do.
Just take
I'm mixing them so I can throw them into the crowd, and it explodes into a smoke bomb.
Right. Okay. So you just grab some stuff from behind the bar, and then you're gonna MacGyver your way into this. Okay. So I mean, this is quick, probably. Like you're trying to do this before everybody runs out. So if you want to knock out everybody in the room, it's gonna be like a 6 at least.
I want to knock out.
It's a smoke bomb. You can't you're not gonna be able to pick
No,
specific.
I don't want to knock out everybody. I want to knock out a large chunk of people, but my intention is not. I know I can't knock out everybody. I'd have to like infiltrate the ventilation system.
Indiscriminately throwing knockout bombs into the crowd.
Pretty much.
Okay. To
I'm
what?
like- I'm
let's-
jump ratting this shit right now. Okay.
Let's take a step back. Why?
Because like there's chaos, and why does he shoot a guy for winning? Okay.
That's who I am.
Well,
That's what I do.
The reason Basil shot the guy is to get the thing that he was trying to get slightly more legitimately. But now it's like, well, I lost, so fuck. He's a poor loser, so he just still wants to win. But I just want to
always win.
If you succeed, what is the intent of the role? Like, why
One.
what do you want if you knock all these people
The
out.
more security I can knock out, the better. So that's my main goal is, are there security at this elevator? Knock them out. 2, the more people I can study at the end of the day and the more research I can get off of them, the better it is for me. And 3, the
You're
less
gonna knock these people out and take them with us?
No, I'm
Awesome.
not. I mean, maybe. You don't know. I'm not gonna tell you guys this. Okay.
Okay. I mean, there's no like real mechanical like I mean, you're creating an advantage then. The advantage is a bunch of people get knocked out.
Okay.
Clouds of knockout gas. So try to go ahead and create an advantage. You're going to do this quickly before the chaos kind of overwhelms the area. I think in this case, if you're just trying to cause like difficulty 4.
Okay. Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 5.
Okay, so let's see. All right, so you have this advantage you have this aspect that's been placed on the scene, and there are now clouds of knockout gas all over the place. Cool. So that's happening. People are screaming, and now people are getting knocked out. There's gas. It's like a gas attack, and this crazy robot just shot Pete, and just everything's going crazy. Artemis, what are you gonna do?
Well, if the plan now, from what I understand from Luna, if the new thing that we're gonna try to do is detach the top of the casino and fly it away, then I need to find Rex. So I'm kind of like panicking because I don't know where Rex is.
Mhm.
So I guess I would assume that he's still downstairs with all the slime biddies.
Mhm.
So I guess I'm gonna like try to leave. Although everybody's trying to leave, right?
You're like, there's the crowd, you're getting pushed around, and people are all jamming towards the elevator, even though in an emergency you're not supposed to use the elevator, but they don't remember that because they're not very smart.
Can I is there a way for me to figure out where the controls for this ship are?
I think you could make a roll to try to figure that out. Let's have you make a clever roll. Difficulty 2. Nice. Yeah. So it's actually the bar. So the idea is it's like a UFO shape, right? So the thing in the middle is the main generator, and then the thing kind of up at the front, the bar has been repurposed as the bridge has been repurposed as the bar, so you can run over to it, and and there's probably some controls hidden under there somewhere.
Okay. I really don't want to be the person messing with this. I want Luna to be the one messing with this, but she's like knocking people out right now.
Luna's like standing on a table throwing steaming like bottles into the crowd and laughing.
Like I said, Brett.
Can I like while it's still my turn or whatever, can I like
Sure, yeah.
Okay, once I figure that out, I want to run over to her and just like tug on her dress and be like, I figured out where the controls are.
Are you wearing your gas mask again?
I figured out where the controls
Right,
are.
so
because I've got my helmet on.
Yeah, Quintessence pointed out in chat that all 3 of you should be immune to this knockout gas because you're wearing a spacesuit, a gas mask, and one of you's an android.
Yeah. So
Exactly. You see me there though? You see me there with a gas mask, and I'm just like throwing, and I'm like, I got my cocktail dress on and everything. And when you say that, I like stop.
It's a good scene, like her in this green skinned space elf standing on a table in a cocktail dress throwing smoke bombs at people.
While the robot's shooting people.
The robot just took one shot. It was a single shot. This isn't a murderous rampage just yet.
No, it's slow-mo. We're in a slow game with slow-mo.
Well, he's not in the field, but yeah, I understand what you mean.
No, whenever if Artemis comes up, I do stop throwing gas at people. So.
I figured out where the controls are. They're behind the bar. What? What'd you say? The controls are behind the bar.
Or I like tug at her.
Okay. I put my hand out. Okay.
Yeah, I like pull her over to where the controls are.
Okay.
Where's Basil?
like look around and try to find Basil.
So we look
now.
over, and Basil, what are you doing?
I have fired on Nance Fuqua as well.
Okay, so you all turn to look, and Nance is running over, and all of her little friends are like like shrieking for her to run, and she's like turns away, and you just shoot her in the back, and she turns to furry dust.
After I shoot Nance, I look around the room trying to find Cherry because I am not pleased she walked away. If anyone's gonna get it, it's gonna be Cherry Poutine. So that's
Okay.
I like literally ignore the crazy crowd and then proceed to like walk, like try to locate her.
Okay. All right. Let's have you make a careful roll. It's pretty busy in here. She's kind of disappeared in the crowd. You have the eyes of a sex bot and not the targeting computer of a planet killer AI.
I understand,
So-
but I
so when we
remember
see
when.
when we see things from your vision, instead of big targeting reticles and stuff, we see little like willingness to have sex with me meters popping up on people and little
like-
hearts drifting off of them.
And then at the bottom, it's like potential cash.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Exactly. Your whole UI is built around marks, not around
It's in an
targeting.
electric purple.
Yeah, totally. It's kind of like a leopard print for some reason. Okay.
Oh,
and
no.
and so we'll see if you can. Oh, jeez.
No, Cherry! Cherry! I'll find
So-
you one day.
So here's what we see. We cut to you scan the crowd, and we cut to a hallway, like a back hall, and we see Cherry, and she's shut the door behind her, and she's jamming a hockey stick in between to hold the door shut. And she turns back, and she looks at the door, and she's like, "Damn robot," and she runs off down the hall.
One
So,
day. My new first mortal enemy. I'm in.
Cherry Poutine. So
Cherry Poutine.
meanwhile, it's fantastic. I love it. So Luna and Artemis, what are you doing?
I'm
Hanging out with Sailor Moon.
You know.
Yeah, of course.
I wanna grab Basil and basically tell him like, this is a ship. We found the controls. Like, we're taking this shit. I'm gonna go find Rex. Blah.
Mhm.
Basil looks
This
at you and
is a
is
ship.
just
There
like,
are the controls.
What? What did you say? No, I don't
Yeah,
want
look at Basil. This is a Basil. This is a ship.
yes, ships, I want us too.
Yeah,
And like
this
points over the
the
table.
casino is a ship. We're on a ship. Right now.
Oh yeah, and then I look around and there's like no smoke around us, and I take my mask off. And I'm like, oh yeah, we're on a ship. By the way, I think that's what she's saying right now. We're on a ship.
I'm gonna go find Rex.
And I just like walk away.
Basil looks around and he's like, the casino is a ship? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And like goes back to the table and starts collecting all of his winnings.
Scrape them in. All right. So while you run off, Artemis, to find Rex, Luna, what are you doing? Are you gonna go prep the ship?
I'm gonna prep the ship. Like,
Okay.
fine. And well, actually, I do say something about like Basil. No, this really is a ship. But I'm gonna, since you're busy, I get it. I've had a long day. I just need to get out of here.
Basil is completely ignoring you and just counting his winnings
Yeah.
on the
1
table.
credit, 2
Yeah.
credits, 3 credits.
I hate
And there's just
You just see like by now her perfectly tied hair, like she has like strings of hair down her face. She's like, I hate this place. She just
What?
turns around.
I feel
One
like
skill-
that statement could apply to the entire universe. Like, I hate this place. What the casino? Just being alive.
All of it.
Everything.
Right now being alive, but like one heel's broken now and she's just like walking like, no, I'm gonna get us out of here.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So you run over to the bar and like sweep a bunch of the bottles off, and we can see that they've been using the sensor console as underlighting for the bottles, and there's a cash register that has been installed over top of the controls of the ship. And I think that you can try to make a roll to detach it, to reconfigure the engine so that it's pointing down instead of in.
Okay. That's clearly clever.
It is. Yeah, it is a clever roll. Yeah. This thing has been pretty retrofitted and it's fairly shitty now. So difficulty, I'm gonna say 5.
Yeah. Damn it.
5.
Okay. Yeah.
Look at you.
Unreal.
Nice. Okay.
Right at the end here.
So you finally press a bunch of buttons. We see the field is generated by 3 large discs that point into each other and create this column of light. And we see them start to turn and then fold underneath. And there's a massive like rending sound. And because now the engine is pointing down the elevator shaft. So as Artemis, as you run over to the elevator, you hear there's like a rumbling sound, and the whole elevator shaft just becomes like molten glass as things. So it's dripping and melting. You can see the building starting to burn, and we cut out to the like shaky cam shot of the facility, and just explosions start coming out of the part that separates the glass disc on top from the shaft of the station. And it's starting to break because now you're pointing a spaceship engine into the station. What are you gonna do? Artemis?
This is all you.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
What am
Not
I
that
gonna
this,
do?
like, this is a problem for you to solve, but like your way back into the casino has just been cut off.
Yeah.
Well-
Plus, we don't know where Rex is.
Well, we know he's not up here. So if I were to open up the doors that led to the steps, would the steps just be like gradually getting further away from me?
At this point, you would likely, you would be face to face with the bleak vacuum of the void.
I'm sorry.
It's the void already?
The ship is like breaking away from the station and starting
There's like at high speed right off the bat.
Not yet. You could tear the doors open and you could leap out through space. You're wearing a spacesuit.
Listen, you can't say bye, old Rex. He has cow machines.
Basically, at this point, you have to make a choice.
Can I just say the line "It's the void already" is the funniest shit. It's the void already. It's my favorite line of dialogue in this entire show.
I was gonna name the episode "I'm a Sparkle Bitch," but "It's the void already" is pretty good too.
I'm glad that 2 of my lines were contending with each other. Yeah, I'll jump.
Okay, all right. So you leap out, and as the ship rends and tears its way away from the station and starts to your new casino UFO starts to fly off into the cosmos. We see you, this little black carbon fiber speck, like leap out of the thing, drift through space, and then grab on to the top of this. Now it's like a flower whose blossom has been torn free, and there's like a ragged edge of little bits of building. There's a bunch of bodies just floating in space, all cold and frozen. And you can like climb down into the various industrial Jeffrey's tube kind of abilities and go looking for your mentor.
Yeah.
Out of character, I'm up on the ship, right?
It's unclear because the last time we saw you, you were being dragged away from the UFO's entry.
From what I can tell,
I'm just
looking
saying.
around, I can't find you, and I refuse to leave you behind. So rather than possibly leave you behind, I'm jumping off.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess we'll have to tune in next time to find out what Raoul did with Rex and if Artemis is going to be able to save her beloved old mentor.
Son of a bitch, Raoul.
Meanwhile, the mad scientist and the murder robot now have their own spaceship full of money and hostages.
We got him.
I'm so excited.
You and me are going to be best friends.
Caesar's palace was stolen from Las Vegas today and piloted into supervillain levels of plan execution. Beautiful. Fantastic. All right.
This was the hero's plan.
Yeah.
Mind you, the hero came up with the plan.
Yeah. Coming up
I'm retired. I'm retired. Thank you.
Oh, that's right.
with the plan and then letting villains perform the plan is maybe the mistake. Problem exists between chair and keyboard here. So we'll find out next time what happens to the gang. Thanks for coming, everybody. This has been episode 3 of season 2 of RollPlay Nebula Jazz. Let's do some shout outs. Artemis, plucky little Artemis. Dodger, why don't you start us off?
Hi, everybody. I played Artemis today. Thank you all so much for watching Nebula Jazz. We've been gone for like a little over a month, so it's awesome to play again. Thank you to our lovely DM, and thank you to the lovely other players today, and thank you, JP. Yeah, you can find me at Dex Bonus on pretty much everything. The stream from today, I did a massive paint by numbers, so like that's the kind of quality content you can find on my end of the internet. So hopefully I'll see you there. I also have a coffee company. You can find it at dodgercoffeeco.com. Adam said, wait, hold on. I gotta find it again. Quote,
wait.
That cold brew is the shit. I drank one last night at 10 p.m. and I obtained immortality. So
It's true.
Probably the best review we could have ever
Delicious
gotten.
Delicious coffee. Bad life choice on my part. Bad. I shouldn't have drank the whole thing that late. I was up all night, just like getting shit done. It works. That's all I'm saying. Cool. Thank you, Dodger. Ulrex, my co-GM for the session, Sam.
Like I would really wanted a Casino Royale.
No, I dig it.
shit show.
I like your hustle.
And I didn't get a Casino Royale shit show. But it was close.
It was close.
I'm Strippin. You can find me at twitch.tv/Strippin. I play games every day from noon PST. And you can hit me up on the Twitters at Strippin. Thanks for letting me co-GM today, Adam. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you. Basil, Jess Cox.
Hi, everyone. It's me from the internet. All my information's there. You can find it. It's on the screen. I just want to say thank you to everyone for playing with me and letting me be terrible. And it's so much fun every week to come up with new weird ways of being a bad guy. Also, tomorrow, my girlfriend comes back. Aloy returns, and I get to take her into the frozen north. I'm ready, y'all. I'm ready.
So ready.
I need to get my beauty sleep because I got to wake up tomorrow and be like, let's go kill some fucking robots.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what I was gonna play after Mario, but now I know. Now I know it's gonna be another 100 hours of photo mode. That's it. That's all I want to do. Take pictures of imaginary landscapes. Our egg-laying mad scientist, Luna Kiara Pokket. Why don't you take it away?
I'm not even gonna try and describe my actions tonight, so I don't know what happened. None of this happened actually. All that happened was what was supposed to happen in the end. Okay, I got that one roll. I'll take it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Pokket, I do a lot of, I don't know what I do anymore. I do makeup, I do IRL streams, and I play a lot of video games. So I don't know what I do anymore. I'm playing WoW. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's about like my RP life. So thank you guys for having me. I play on an RP server in WoW, actually.
Nice. Is it one of the special ones?
One of the gold
Moonguard
ones.
No,
Yeah, are you on Moonguard? Are you in the Goldshire?
Hey.
You're in the Goldshire Inn?
No. I'm Horde for life. What?
You and the whole
look.
good of the Goldshire Inn, all right?
Yeah.
I
Everybody
don't
Everyone
knows-
wants to get laid.
Everybody knows what goes
Everybody's
down
welcome.
at
It's open
Goldshire.
door
Yeah,
policy.
everyone knows.
You want to get freaky with the troll? There, Goldshire is the place to be.
Yep.
Mhm.
Well, thank you for coming, everybody. I am your spacemaster, Adam Koebel. You can find me at twitch.tv/Adam Koebel, and you can find me on Twitter at Skinny Ghost. But I am most interested in you finding me right here tomorrow for Court of Swords. We're going into kind of arc or part, or people have been referring it to as the patch notes. We're making some changes to Court of Swords. So if you haven't watched Court of Swords before and you're interested in watching some Southeast Asian inspired Dungeons and Dragons, high fantasy, we have a new guest. Ezekiel III is going to be joining us, and we're starting kind of a new thing for the show. So if you haven't watched it before, now is the great time to jump in, and we'll be doing that right quick. So tune in. We will see you all next time for more Nebula Jazz. Thanks for coming, everybody, and for participating in the space madness. We will see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
And as we go on, we remember. remember.
God, I
All
forgot you were gonna
the
do.
time we had together.
Kill it, JP. Kill it. Get us out of here.